Okay, so we're going to head into chapter 2 where we cover the zones. And in chapter 2, the overview is we're going to look at vertical zones, horizontal boundaries, and referral areas. If you go to page 24 in your manual, you're going to see how the foot is broken down into zones. And so the big toe is the middle and it's 1. So everything in the middle is zone 1. The next toe is zone 2. The next toe is 3. The next toe is 4 and the baby toe is zone 5. Now, we got 5 zones on the left foot, we got 5 zones on the right foot. The big toe is the only toe that is also broke down into 5 zones. So if you look on page 2-4, you can see zone 1 again is in the middle, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so it works, the middle is always 1 and lateral is always 5. Now, before we talked about the diaphragm line, which is the half moon line, you see that? That's our diaphragm. Our waistline, if you look at your foot, there's a 5th metatarsal. We're going to check that out. And that is how we detect the waistline. And then you've got the pelvic line, which is the dotted line on the bottom. Right underneath the toes, that line there is the neckline. Okay. Now, again, the vertical zones, the ones that go up and down. On the right foot, there's 5. The left foot, there's 5. The big toe, there are 5. The medial or middle is zone 1. Lateral or outside is zone 5. Now, we've also got horizontal zones. And the horizontal zones are the neck and shoulder ridge. So that is here on the foot. You can see it again on page 2-4. So the neck and shoulder ridge are going to be right here. Okay. The diaphragm is where her thumb is on both feet. That's going to be the diaphragm. You can see that on page 2-4. Waistline. Now you see where her hand is on his foot. If you feel on your foot along the outside, you're going to notice right around in here, there is going to be a lump on the outside of your foot. That is the 5th metatarsal. That is how we determine where the waistline is on the foot. And so the waistline for this fellow is going to be right about here. And then the pelvic line is going to be where the heel starts. So it's going to be down here. Now, we're going to cover referral areas, which is on page 2-6 and 2-7. And I have a way of doing this, and so that it's a little bit easier to remember. If you take the body and you split it at your hips, and so the top is on one side and the bottom is right beside it, it's going to make sense how the referral systems work. So if you're looking side by side, if your body's split in half, not literally, but figuratively, the shoulders and the hips are going to be about the same, right? Your wrist and your ankle are going to be the same. Your hand and foot are going to be the same. Your neck is going to line up with the lower back. Upper arm is going to match up with the upper leg. Elbow is going to match up with the knee. Forearm is going to match up with the lower leg. Now, when you look at ear, the referral area for the ear is bladder. And if you look at how bladder ends, the ER, all that it's missing is the A, right? So the referral point for the bladder is the ear. Eye goes to kidney. Now, kidney ends in EY. The only thing that we need to borrow is an extra E, right? Your I is referral for kidney. Nose is a referral area for spleen. My cheat for that is the spleen is affiliated with the immune system. And if you got a cough, your nose is going to start running. So the referral area for the spleen is the nose. Okay, so that's going to cover the vertical zones, the horizontal zones, and referral areas. So now what we're going to do is just quickly review that this is the neck and shoulder ridge, the diaphragm, the waistline, and the pelvic area. We've got 5 zones on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 zones on the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The big toe is split into 5. So zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4, zone 5. Okay. Ear is to bladder, eye is to kidney, nose is to spleen, neck to lower back, shoulder to hip, upper arm to upper leg, elbow, knee, forearm, lower leg, heel of hand, heel of foot, wrist and ankle, hand, foot, palmar plantar, fingers, toes. That is our knees and shoulders, heads and toes version of reflexology. And that wraps up Module 2.